no see, man. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yay, we're just waiting for a few more people. Make sure you all have your cup of coffee. And this experience is best and you'll get the most out of it when you're like me and Victor, when we're literally looking at each other. So if you're able to, that's always the best, is get your video on. If not, that's okay. But it definitely makes it a lot funner and more engaging to have your video on.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning from the car. How we doing, guys? How we doing? Woo!
I love the mask, Nick.
Go take the
Love
mask
the
off.
mask.
Got my cup of thanks, Ben. I got my cup. I got my bulletproof here, guys. Feeling good for the day. Monica, like the background. Victor, love the background. Look at you guys.
Wow.
I'm struggling to make it look good, though.
No, looks great. Looks great. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Emmanuel from Aussie, from Australia, mate. Welcome, brother. I know it's early for you over there. Real early. Like
Coffee.
4 or 5 a.m. or something. It's early in Australia.
Yep. Sweet. Let me make sure if anyone else is joining, and then we'll get it going. We'll just chat it up and see how everyone's going. Let's see. You guys can invite guests as well. Let's see.
Is this the first one you do this way? Getting together, having coffee?
So we have done this coffee thing for
Several weeks now.
yeah, like if not a month, 2 months, a month. We're doing
this is our 14th virtual coffee call.
Actually, never
14th
mind.
call.
But for a while, you were doing it twice a week.
Yeah, now we're back to once a week now.
Once more sustainable.
Let you see it.
They have a million projects always going at the same time. But cool. Let's see. Well, let me see here. Okay, sweet. Well, let me see. I think we're recording.
You are.
Okay, awesome. Denise, welcome to the virtual coffee. Let's all get our cups of coffee here and cheers to a good day. I got my little baby coffee here because I don't drink an entire one. But oh, okay, so more people coming. Oh, maybe that was just Denise. She got kicked out or something.
Here, can I help you? Please.
No, that'll change it.
So, yeah, welcome to the call, Vic. I know this is your first one. Denise, I don't know if this is your first one or not. We've done apparently 14 of them. They all mixed together. And this is definitely an awesome way to decided to kind of, get together and get connected during this whole coronavirus pandemic. So it's your first. Awesome. Well, welcome. I'm Monica Kicaj, Nick's wife. He'll be he's doing a few errands, so you'll see his face. I'm guessing, I don't know if it came through my profile or Nick's, but we're excited that you're here. And same with you, Emmanuel. Is this your first, or have you been on several other ones, Emmanuel? Let me know. I know Ben's a veteran. He's been on pretty much every single one that we've had. Cheers, brother. That's awesome. You're not able to put your cool virtual background on, Ben? Come on. Don't leave us hanging.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second.
Let's all put some weird virtual background and get funny with it.
Get funky with it.
Let's get funky.
It's like the song.
Yeah, exactly. So if you guys don't know how to do a virtual background, if you're on a laptop or whatever, normally I think I know it's different settings for different phones, but there's a stop video and then like a little icon that you can click to open like a menu, and then it'll be like select camera, face camera or something, and then there'll be a little spot to say choose virtual background. And then you can just upload a picture and get
to see everyone.
That's a pretty cool thing. But I'd love to kind of hear, how are you doing, Victor? Hi. Is that what you're?
That's my kid.
Those are your kiddos? Oh my gosh.
They're trying to help me. They're trying to help me set up that I can see everybody. I can only see one person right now.
All the features.
Yeah.
Awesome.
This one's
Yeah,
not showing.
gallery view is where you can see everyone. And that's also another thing, if you're new to Zoom, you can go on like the top right corners. Usually there's like 6 or 9 little boxes and it says gallery view. Then you can bring up everyone and see everyone at the same time instead of scrolling through. But yeah, tell me, Vic, how are you? It's been forever. Hi to Erin for us. Is she around as well?
She's actually working. We both working. That's why I'm wearing a tie. I am doing a lot of Zoom meetings, but hearings in the court. So, but we can't play around with our background there.
Gotcha.
It's gotta be.
Gotcha. Well, let me see there, guys.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna try something different. I'll be right back. Okay.
So today's, we've kind of done these, no worries at all. Oh, Vic, oh, he's coming back. Gotcha. So we've done these virtual coffees. Again, this is like our 14th one. And we kind of started with just doing connection calls and just kind of checking in, like a wellness check over the coronavirus, and everyone sharing their experiences in a way to just kind of, again, stay connected and all this social distancing and all of that. To me, obviously it was probably a shell shock for a lot of us. And so this has been an awesome way to stay connected. And then it's kind of evolved. And because my husband and I and so many of our friends and like business friends, we all are in business for one another in some type of way. We have a lot of relationships with different entrepreneurs all around the world. And for those of you that don't know, Nick and I, we have an online business called Travel Boss, where we literally help people learn how they can work from anywhere, be their own boss, and figure out what are those how-tos or the transition look like, whether you're already, working, 9 to 5, and then figuring out how you can, transition into being your own boss and what that all looks like. And then the goal for us is to allow you to, set your life up in a way that, again, it's on your terms, so that if travel's on your heart and you want to travel and explore and see the world, that you're able to. And so that's kind of where this Travel Boss lifestyle has come into play, where we talk about, just what we do for a living and share tips and tricks as entrepreneurs, what we're doing right now to either brand ourselves, market ourselves, what we're selling, a lot of different things. I mean, these calls kind of go in a lot of different ways. And we talk about vision, and we talk about, currently right now, the world is under this pandemic that we're all trying to figure it out. I don't even think the top, government even knows what they're doing. They're just trying to do as what's best for us. And who knows if they know what really is best for us. At the end of the day, that's a lot of power and a lot of, I'm glad I'm not in that position. So I can only, take back my power, and create my life and create this lifestyle for myself as well as my husband. And so we really love to talk about lifestyle at the end of the day. And because right now people are really scared and or uncertain about the future and what that looks like. And this space is for the visionaries. It's for the leaders. It's for the influencers. It's for the people that, you want to take back your power. You want to create this lifestyle, designed by you, not designed by anyone else. And so I'm excited because we never know where these calls end up. And, I'll just kind of share a little quote that my husband and I kind of came up with is, the business you build is the lifestyle that you create. And I believe that's entirely important. And you might not necessarily understand that right away, but to us, being in business for ourselves has, again, it's got 100% responsibility, but it also has 100% of our responsibility to create it. And also it has 100% of our creativity and our dedication to it, and we can create this world for ourselves within this world. So I'd love to kind of share up the space, open up the space, let us know how you guys are going as we start to kind of enter this like phase one for a lot of people. You're either already started phase one in whatever state you're in or country you're in, you know, because we have a lot of people that are actually going to be watching this as a recording, and we have followers all over the world. So there's people in Australia, New Zealand tuning in, from Singapore, from all over. And it's amazing to see how everyone, all of us are impacted. All of us are trying to figure this out. And when we all come together and find solutions, share what's working for us, that's the power. That's the beauty about it. It doesn't matter if you're in Singapore and I'm in Wisconsin and you don't even know where Wisconsin is. We're all being affected, but we can all come up with solutions, and we can all be there for one another. And again, just be there for one another in this time that it's a bit crazy. And so go ahead. Whoever wants to kind of share how they're going, because I know phase one's about to open as far as in Madison, Wisconsin, I believe Tuesday. And that means that, you know, 25% of businesses will be, the capacity to allow people to enter certain stores and or gyms or different places, you know, they can allow up to 25% capacity and all that stuff. So it's at least a step in the direction. I'm excited. So how are you guys all doing? And we can kind of just chat about things. Again, this can be about anything at all, travel related. You have plans that, you know, you thought you were going to do, and then obviously Corona just came and just like, nope, you're not going to do that plan. You might have to tally that at November, December, or you want to talk about what you're doing in business. And because for me, I actually just started work. I went back to work 2 days ago. Super shell shock. As a dental hygienist, I mean, I would say I have probably the best immune system out of a lot of people, because my work entails people spitting and sharing their own whatever's in their mouth with me. And so I've actually not really ever gotten sick in the last, like, what have I been practicing now for like 6 years or so. But now the protocols for hygiene is through the roof. I have to wear like 2 masks, some N95 or KN95 masks that are like those. I think of like the painters, you know, like the ones that are like super sealed and you can barely breathe inside of them. Then they want me to put another mask on top of it. Then they want me to put this like welding face mask over me. And then I'm trying to communicate with my patient and they can't even hear me. And I can't even breathe. So to say the least, my first day back was pretty awful. I think I have a pretty high tolerance for change. Even I was completely whacked out. Yesterday, however, was a lot better for me. I ended up bringing some essential oils. If you guys don't know what that is, it's just oils that are from a plant. And so I've actually brought eucalyptus oil to my work and put it in a little gauze and then put it in my shield, my mask, so that I could actually breathe, because the filtration is like so, like, you literally can't even breathe. And they want us to wear that mask for the entire day. Like, you're not supposed to take it off. And I was like suffocating and felt like I had like COPD and shortness of breath. So I'm like, I have to find a way to not die. Because if you don't have any oxygen to your brain, and I'm also like just plugging away and I have like layers upon layers, like I am feeling like death at the end of the day. But yesterday was a lot better. So I'm glad. So I'm hopeful that, you know, all this stuff is just going to be really new for all of us. But let me know, guys, what's going on in your world? How are we all being tested? Go ahead, whoever wants to go.
Well, let me share something, because you know, we've all heard the things of people being home and feeling bored or whatever it is, right? Or many, many different things. But there's a new feeling that I had. I've been home since it started. We started staying home. Our work allowed it. And I just started working via Zoom 2 weeks ago. But in between all that time, we were home with the kids and spent so much time at home that I was the one going out to the grocery store, and I did it maybe once every 15 days. I just bought a bunch and we stored it, and we just ate until the very end. When we had nothing, then I'd go out and pick up something. But what I noticed in those 2 or 3 times that I went out, and I haven't been out in the last, I think it was 4 days ago that I lose track of time nowadays. But it was 4 days ago the last time I went out. But what I'm getting at is that when I went out, I felt anxiety. I wanted to come home right away. And that was a new feeling for me because I'm very social. I want to be out. But now I was feeling anxiety. I wanted to get home as fast as possible. So I'm pushing a cart and I'm like, and it wasn't related to I'm feeling people are too close to me or I'm going to get sick. It wasn't related to getting infected. It was just related. I was like, I don't want to be here. I want to be home. Home felt very, very comfortable. We like this style. We like the ability that, I just spent 2 hours working, and now I get to watch the kids finish their school. Aaron is doing a little bit of Zoom meetings, and we'll just enjoy the rest of the afternoon. We'll work outside. Our days are very, very homey. It feels like we're out in, I don't know, fantasy land, really. And that's because we're healthy, right? And nobody in our family is sick. I understand, and I don't want to be disrespectful. I understand that people are suffering, but for us, it's just like bizarre. We feel home. We are missing going out on vacation, though, but that's a different story.
We'll talk about that. Oh, yes.
So the question is, has anybody here felt that anxiety when you're out to come home?
Go ahead if you want to go, or I can go too.
I guess I don't know if I've had the anxiety. I work part-time at Costco, so I guess I'm around people. I'm around the environment where people are going out for shopping. They're wearing different things. A few still don't want to be wearing the masks, but that's neither here nor there. But and part of it's because I'm working. I always want to get home afterwards. But other than that, if I have to go anywhere else, I'll go to a different grocery store for something smaller if I don't need it in bulk, or if they don't have it or whatnot. But otherwise, we don't really go out. So we're in the process of moving too, but so it's not necessarily feeling comfortable home. But it's for us, it's similar to Madison, where the majority of Wisconsin is opening up, with the exceptions of Madison and Milwaukee. They're the ones that are trying to hold down the fort a little bit longer. And it's good to see that they're opening up on Tuesday, because when I talked to Kara this morning, it sounded like they were trying to keep everything on lockdown as long as possible. Same with Milwaukee, but they're lessening the restrictions. But everything else around is starting to open up. I was driving down downtown Cedarburg, which is a town right next to where we live, and people were in a couple of the bars and restaurants already. I don't know what their restrictions are of capacity or whatnot, but I know they've been opening up the last week when Wisconsin-based, the Supreme Court in Wisconsin threw out the stay-at-home order after 60 days, and then people were technically legally able to open up. So until it was nice to see some businesses starting to open up. My wife went back to work for the salon that she now works at, opened I think Tuesday or Wednesday, so she starts there today. So some salons are starting to open up there, different businesses, smaller ones. My other jobs that I had before the pandemic cater to larger groups, so catering and entertainment facility. So we don't have a technical time or date as to when we'll be opening back up, because our business is with larger groups. So if you can only have 25% capacity right now, it's kind of hard to cater to what the group is looking to do or what they're looking to have and whatnot. And we also do like Summerfest in Milwaukee and State Fair, and if the DNC happens, the DNC. So a lot of things that cater to larger groups. So that's the biggest question mark in my world in terms of work, is what that will look like, and how that will be rolled out in whatever phase that Wisconsin is in. I haven't really seen a phased plan for Wisconsin. I don't know if you have, Monica, or not, but my wife, Kara, is more attuned to what's going on in those cases.
Yeah, absolutely. To kind of touch on what you were talking about, Vic, because I know it's like Nick and I here, obviously we're our biggest influence. So just you, like your family, you're all influencing each other in an awesome way. I'm sure you're let me just mute. Okay, there we go. So it just depends on your surrounding, and so I can already imagine how like awesome and homey your house feels. And I think for homeowners versus apartment renters, it's different, because I know when Nick and I have done some walks just around our complex and in the neighborhoods where the houses are, I'm like, man, do I wish I was a homeowner right now, because you have a lot more freedom and flexibility to use your entire house. And if you have a hot tub, you can jump right in there. And if you have a trampoline, awesome, you can touch it, and all these things that you can do. However, in our apartment, everything is shut down except for your apartment. You can't touch anything. You can't use the gym. You can't use the amenities. And we have, it's funny, Nick and I moved into our apartment literally a month before Corona. So we had amazing amenities that we're super sad about. Awesome gym, an awesome yoga studio, a big gigantic community room with games and Pac-Man and pool and darts, and a big TV center. You can literally watch the NFL football games, and just have like close to maybe even 100 people in there, and it would still be pretty roomy, I feel. Other business centers, like we have a lot, and that's been probably the hardest for Nick and I, is to not have access to those, because we literally just signed the lease a month in, and we picked this apartment specifically just for the amenities. It was a way for us to utilize a lot of the space for business projects and gatherings and get-togethers. And Ben actually got to at least experience quite a bit of our hosting. We did so much hosting in the month that we moved in. They were really, really fun. But yeah, when we walk out and we see homeowners, I'm like, man, I never thought I would ever want to be a homeowner, but that'd be the only reason why because I would not, because I know how much of a liability and a responsibility it is to be a homeowner. But I'm like, man, that would really be awesome, because you can really do whatever you want in your own home. So I can understand why you feel a sense of anxiety when you go out, because everything is so like opposite. You're being told kind of what to do, or how far to be away from everyone, and it's kind of like it's this weird irony, like Twilight Zone. And yeah, for Nick and I believe we've been able to manage pretty well. We don't fight like really ever. It's funny. I mean, we didn't fight even before Corona, and now even just being together 24/7, we still don't fight. We do like last 5 seconds, and we're like, all right, let's drop that. But I know we're creating our own world within this world, and that's why I strongly believe that all of us, we're all being affected, and we can all help one another, and we're all going through our own experience in our own way. No single person or family is dealing with anything in the same way that anyone else is. So you're like, how do you navigate that situation for you and for your family? And even then, Nick and I are complete opposites in a lot of sense. What makes me zen, what makes me calm and at peace is actually like opposite of Nick. So those are the things that we've had to kind of figure out. I like quiet space and like I actually am a homebody, believe it or not. I would actually prefer to be at home. Of course, I'm like also the adventure person that will travel for 10 months on the road like we've done in the past, but where I'd love to be is actually at
That's a good one, babe. That's a good one. Hey, everyone.
so but Nick is opposite. He obviously wants to be like in China. Actually, no, I keep saying China. I keep forgetting to not say China because you actually wouldn't want to be in China. It's funny, but before coronavirus, I always would be like, Nick, Nick could be in China right now and then like New Zealand tomorrow, he would do it. And then now I'm like, China's not a good example.
You know where I want to go, even though everything is upside down there right now, is Italy. For some reason, I keep on craving going to Italy, and I see the pictures of, Venice a little bit empty, and the mountains and the town, the small villages. I just want to go there so desperately, and I really want to book a vacation to Italy, but I know that's probably dangerous right now.
Yeah, at least for the time being, I would say put that on your futures bucket list.
Well, and I was in Italy in 2011 for study abroad, so I was a college student and whatnot. But I was there for we had a split program, 7 weeks in Greece, which was absolutely amazing. 7 weeks in Italy. Yeah, Greece was. I would totally recommend Greece. It was it was one of those places where you hear a little bit about, but then you really experience. You're like, wow, this is nothing like I ever thought it was going to be. Because we always think of the islands or Santorini. But we were on the mainland for most of the time, and that was amazing in and of itself.
I heard that Greece is opening for tourists in June.
Who knows?
That should be good. Yeah, Italy, I'd be curious, or I guess any European country for that matter, from what the tourists, I guess what it was like when tourists were flocking there till now when the streets are going to be, I guess, less people, less congested, what the market's going to be like, because everything is going to be different. So how that experience will be different now than what it used to be.
Ooh. That's why I'm so glad that I've traveled my happy little butt off, but I'm excited to see, and that's again the travel. Who knows if travel will? Yeah, what will be different about travel from here on out? I know people are still traveling. I mean, I see people are still on airplanes, so I guess it just depends. But I know certain areas, like, I mean, Nick and I have been wanting to go to New York for I don't know how long, but of course that's like another place that is like, maybe put that on at the end. Not in like, right now, and it's so sad. I mean, I think we're very fortunate, at least over here. Things aren't as in our face, but it's like, wow.
So here's my thought. I have to go soon because my son is about to start his piano lesson, and that'll interfere. But I want to share some thought here. I think that, as things open and as we get a little bit more understanding of what's the coronavirus and the risks, it boils down to your personal safety, and you have to be in charge of that. No organization, no agency, nobody can really protect you as much as you can protect yourself. So common sense, I think it's still, it's going to be okay to travel, and my family and I are going to make the decision of going somewhere, but we're going to choose places like a beach because it's an open space where people can be socially distant. We're considering going places like mountains or hiking, Arizona, places that are open. For right now, although my kids love going to the water parks, we're not going to do that. We're we actually canceled our vacation to Busch Gardens. It was our spring break vacation because that just didn't make sense. It's too crowded, right? So
Right.
we're going to use common sense. We're going to travel. We're already planning it, but we're going to choose resorts that are open, that are big, not smaller hotels where you have to share the hallway.
Right.
So common sense, ultimately, it's what's going to make it. And if we have to travel in an airplane, we're just going to make sure that, you know, we're just covered, and it doesn't matter what people say or think. We're just going to, and you got to stay healthy. You got to stay active and hope for the best. I know it's still dangerous, but eventually you have to just continue living. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. Hopefully I'll catch you next time. He's starting to warm up, and I'm sure it's going to interfere. So thanks for inviting me.
Worries. You
Enjoy
got
it.
it. Well, cheers, Vic. Say hi to Aaron. Say hi to your kids. We'll see you next time. Okay? Have a great
All right.
one.
Bye.
Awesome. That actually, like, that opens me up to a whole nother perspective. What Vic just said is like picking places that bring you peace, and like again, there's the path of fear, and then there's like the path of love. Which one do you want to like pick? Everyone's focused on the wrong and the, you know, if you're focused on, oh my gosh, you're gonna die, oh my gosh, you're gonna catch this, who knows what, again, that fear only creates stress in your body. It lowers your immune system, and it actually makes you more susceptible to getting these viruses. And at the end of the day, yeah, this is all about taking your power back. Being, of course, yes, we should be educated. We should be, you know, not totally naive to the situation, but I think we've all seen the impact of what it's done in the world. But then now it's time to take your power back and create a life that's again in alignment with who you want to be right now. And how can we create that? How can we not just think of like, oh, now I can't go to Italy, now I can't go to New York, now I shouldn't, you know, go to California. Like, California is like my favorite state on earth. Nick and I want to go like so bad. I don't know if we'll go like anytime soon. Probably not. I don't know. Who knows? We'll have to see kind of how things are going. And thankfully, I have a lot of friends out in California that can kind of give me an update. But a lot of them actually be like, "Yeah, come on down. I'll host you." I'm like, okay. But
There's families out there, and we get updates all the time.
how are they going?
They're doing. I don't hear as much as more that what Kara does. They're in the San Diego area, so not necessarily in LA. But my brother-in-law, he works at Costco down there. They're I think slowly opening a few things up because he's been doing some lifeguarding things. So he's been approached to help with some stuff with that soon. But I'm not. A lot of my the other family are either working from home, or one family member is in the police force. So it really depends, and some are, and then those who are in college or school are obviously at home and whatnot. But
Yeah,
we're hoping to get back there sometime this year too, maybe Thanksgiving or something.
yeah, absolutely. And that's just the thing. Let's open up to all the pros that have come through from Corona and experiencing this time. To me, I'm like, whew, I have to just take I just have to be so grateful for where I'm at right now, because our situation could be 10 times worse. We're really not going through a lot of us. We're probably mentally, emotionally, and maybe financially taking a hit, which I know on those ends, yeah, financially hit would probably be the one that Nick and I are kind of battling with, building our businesses, and me not being in work and not being able to transition to online. You can't do dental hygiene online. But I think overall we're super grateful, and we're super excited to be those visionaries, be those that can kind of map out and make this, again, create this vision for people that like, let's step away from all the negative that's gone on, and let's start dreaming again. Let's get into this creative energy space of how you actually want, and I believe, to me, we're all powerful manifestors. We can manifest our reality. We can start to shift things energetically speaking, and all of us, the power of thought, the power of energy, power of vibrations, when the majority of the world is being conscious about how we're creating with our thoughts. I mean, I believe we can eventually, it's kind of like casting a little spell on everyone. Let's start getting into that higher vibration, that higher frequency, and start envisioning we can go back to being able to hug each other. I finally hugged my coworkers the other day, and I'm like, first I asked, hey, can I hug you? Can I not? Because everybody's different, because you don't want to, obviously I want to be respectful of people, because everyone, to each their own, what everyone feels comfortable, but I'm a fucking hugger, and I'm like, can I hug? They're like, yes, please. And we're all hugging each other. And it was just funny because none of us have hugged another person in 2 months. So as an empath and a person that feels probably more strongly than others, I'm like, hey, I love hugs, and of course it's these maybe high fives and shakes, or let's just I don't know, I feel like a hug is better. I don't know, I feel like it's better. All right, because hands are disgusting and yucky. I think even before Corona, it's pretty nasty. So hugs, let's hug it out. But who knows? I'm just excited about how are you going? Do you pronounce it Pow?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you, everyone?
Freaking awesome.
I'm a good listener. I like listen you talking. Hi,
Oh,
Monica.
great.
This is the first time I talk to you. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. I'm Nick Buddy.
Yeah. You're Nick's
I'm in
friend.
Australia. I'm in Australia.
Awesome. Where in
Yeah.
Australia?
Look, it's here. Stargazing.
Yes.
In Melbourne.
Melbourne. Okay, awesome. And how are you going? Share a little bit about yourself. How are you going?
It's 2:40 in the morning here. Early in the morning.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Nick must be know the time zone here in Melbourne. Yeah. When you come back here, buddy.
Emmanuel is a crazy entrepreneur, guys. He is from Melbourne, Australia. He's up at 2:40 in the flipping morning. Emmanuel, we appreciate you hopping on, brother.
Yeah, thank you. I just check out your messenger group and
Awesome.
Just jump in. I just finished a meeting before. Yeah, nice to meet
fantastic.
you.
Awesome.
What time over there? 12 afternoon?
Almost 12.
Almost 12. Oh, so CTS, yeah? Central Time.
Yep. Central Time. Yep. So
Cool.
Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah. So what I was thinking is, if we're really being intentional here and thinking about how our future can unfold, do you guys agree with me that the power of our thoughts, the power of our vibration and raising our frequency can actually create a ripple effect in the world?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, right? So that's what I love. I believe we're all energetically powerful, and just kind of radiating that and kind of almost curing this fear and anxiety and doubt in people's minds is so important. I can feel it's crazy how sometimes you can feel people, even you're in Australia, you're a long way from here. I can feel your vibration, I'm a distant energy healer too, and I love to tap into those higher realms and connect to these other dimensions that sometimes people are not aware of. But I love to, I think it's just awesome that these coffee meetups attract those like-minded individuals that do view life more than 3-dimension, more than just seeing with your own eyes, and actually feeling, beyond just sight and just seeing. and or just hearing, you know, connecting. So I'm actually really excited for the future and the present. I believe I've taken a lot of lessons from this time. I believe I was running on autopilot before and kind of going and making shit happen and all this stuff. And, you know, it's made me aware of, you know, slow down, you know, like time, I believe, is not linear. I believe it's actually in cycles. I believe it's just a matter of perception, kind of. I believe we have abundant time to really make our dreams come true, but we also have to take action on them, right?
Yes, that's correct. Make a
Wishful-
living. Monique, may I know what is the purpose of this call? Sorry, I just jump in. I don't know. That's why I I worry if I say something wrong. So that's why I
No,
just listening first.
Yeah, well, you can know from here on out, if you're ever on a call with Nick and I, you can never
Yeah.
say wrong. It's always open to anything really. But again, kind of like how I prefaced in the beginning, Nick and I, you know, we're conscious creators, and we love to just bring people together that are like-minded, that have a passion for wanting more and for creating this dream lifestyle that I think people think is unattainable. And so whether you want to just share something that you're going through, and I believe everyone sharing their own experience can help us. If it's with healing, it's just with perspective. It's fine thinking something different. I mean, what Victor just kind of said, I don't know if you heard what Victor said, really actually made me think like, yeah, you're right. I need to start thinking of places like that I can't go to. Start thinking of the places that have this energy that I actually want right now, that I actually is going to be freeing and opening and welcoming. And yeah, that could be a mountain. That could be someplace more remote, off the grid. Who knows? You know, like
I love mountain.
yeah. You know, so to me, I think sometimes I can even fall like, oh, I can't go to New York. Oh, I can't go to Cali. Oh, I can't go to Italy. Oh, I can't go to China. You know, all the places you can't go to. But when you start opening up to like, actually think of the place that actually makes you feel like energize it, like just an energizer bunny, like you would feel at peace. And you know, like whatever it is, if it's an ocean, if it's, sometimes people are more attracted to the desert feel, some people are attracted to the mountains, some people are attracted to the tropics and the rainforest. I don't know.
Use a
So
VR, it will help you.
yeah, exactly.
With your
So
VR, help you go to somewhere else and you feel your experience on it. Right.
being a visionary and visualizing, just feeling it, because
Yeah.
I can think of so many places now that I probably wasn't even thinking of before, just from what Victor said. So yeah, these calls are just about opening you up to another level of expansion or another thought, another idea, another concept. And as far as, you know, Nick and I being in business for ourselves, we have a business called Travel Boss, and I know we're all part, most of us, if not all of us, are all part of the top awesome World Travel Club, you know. And so we love to take these dream trips around the world. And so if we want to talk about travel and where we're going to, we want to talk about business and the projects, ideas that we have going on, and how we can share with one another from fellow entrepreneur to the next. We want to talk about lifestyle, because really all of it comes, like, I believe in abundance, and I believe in creating a life that, again, is in alignment with who you are now, and not like waiting for the future, not waiting to be this person in the future. You have to be happy with yourself right now, because that breeds more abundance in your life, right? When you're grateful for what you have. Like maybe you might not have a lot of money right now, but you're grateful for the amount of money you have. Okay, well then more money will find you in time. If we think of all the ways that, oh, I don't, my bank account's not where I want it to be, well then it probably will stay that way. It will stay always lacking. So yeah, that's what these calls are all about. It doesn't matter the tag or the we always like to just kind of have some type of like maybe topic, but at the end of the day, we're always talking about everything, every aspect, because that you can't be just successful in one part of your area of life. You can't just be, you know, successful in business and then your health sucks. You know, like that's not a good life. Like you're not going to live to see the fruits of your labor. Hello, we got to take care of everything. So we want to talk about health and wealth and self-care. I think a lot of self-care isn't talked as much. I think, especially maybe in the male industry, sometimes that's like not even a thing for men to take care of themselves.
I know Nick also a personal trainer, right?
Yeah, he's a personal trainer. Yeah, I guess you can say he's like a, I wouldn't say retired personal trainer. But I like that's a passion of his.
Emmanuel, brother, yeah, everyone knows me as the personal trainer guy, the fitness guy. And I know since I left Australia, I know Emmanuel probably thinks I still do personal training. I do it more on the side now, Emmanuel. You know how passionate I am about travel and how you know what we're doing here, and you know and being an entrepreneur and loving on life and living it full time.
Yeah, we work together as well here in Australia.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So health fitness is still, you know, very important to me. I still work out every single day. It's like it's a habit. It's a habit for me.
Yeah.
So it helps me get into routine. It helps me work an extra 12 hours a day. You know, my workout pushes me to do that extra step every single day. So definitely love the health and fitness. Yeah, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Love your
guys. This is Denise.
Hello, Denise. How are you? Nice to meet
Hi,
you.
Denise. How you doing?
Good. This
Where
is
are
my
you?
first time too.
Where are you, Denise?
I'm in Michigan, Detroit metro
Michigan.
area.
All right.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise. And I just turned the camera on and just to chime in on something you were saying about perspective. And I too moved into an apartment complex. And a couple years ago, but you choose and make choices for certain things, and then life happens, and I got so busy that I just didn't even take advantage of the amenities that I am paying for. So so while we can't do a lot of things, what I am finding just really, really relaxing right now is what I'm doing right now. I mean, I'm out here with my dog walking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, there's water on the property. And I knew it before, but I wasn't doing it. I wasn't taking advantage of it. And now there's just so much peace here. And you know, that hamster wheel that I was on, you know, now it's more looking inside, figuring out what the issues are with me, what's preventing me from really, really moving into greatness, you know, and not focusing. And that's what, you know, I don't know if you're a believer or not, but oh my gosh, the duck, the geese, oh, that's so beautiful. I wish I could flip my camera in time. I can't. But you can't focus on the bad. You have to focus on what's good, you know, think on those things that are lovely and pure and all of that, because otherwise you do get stuck in that bad place. And here in Metro Detroit, for our travel club, I've got an awesome leader in Hadiatu. She is fantastic. She is fantastic. But here in Detroit, our team was hit pretty hard with COVID, not even just our team, just our area. So it's been overcoming, you know, it's overcoming a lot. And I think Nick was talking about being anxious. I think we are anxious. Get out of the grass like that. Why do dogs like want to roll around in the grass?
That's what they do, Denise.
They're just rubbing. He's just like rubbing his belly all over.
Poop too. Okay.
And I lost my thought too.
Talk about anxiety and
overcoming and yeah, I did talk about overcoming and figuring out where you're going. Gosh, I lost that thought.
That's okay.
But it's overcoming and deciding where it is you want to go and not getting stuck on all the bad and keeping our mental state in check and and keeping focused on the goal. On the goal. So it is one thing has helped us here, me particularly mentally, is that, and if you're a woman on this call and you haven't hopped onto Hadiatu's Brunching with Beauties, I don't know where my mental state would be if I didn't have that those ladies pouring into us on a weekly basis. So magical. Yeah. Oh, I know what I was saying about the anxiety. I was thinking that there's always anxiety when things are uncomfortable, no matter what it is. So being in the house for 8 weeks or 4 weeks and then going out and seeing all the masks and seeing all the gloves and just all that stuff is so uncomfortable that I think it just creates a level of anxiety. And that we just have to keep that anxiety in check. So absolutely. That's where we are here. That's where we are.
There's there's a lot to digest in that I totally resonate with. In terms of everyone, like I said, is being affected. Just we're all being affected in a completely different way. Even if you're in the same household, you are completely affected or receiving information and processing 100% different from even your mom or your dad or your little brother, or your little sister, or anything. And so it's about being, again, coming in that self-love and acknowledging yourself and not feeling guilty to do the things that will get you again back to this peace, back to the truth. And I believe we have to, like right now is a massive detox cleansing process for a lot of us. It's giving us an eye opener of like, what the fuck have we been doing the last several years, or who knows, decades for some people, that literally they didn't even acknowledge what they've been doing for decades, maybe, that is now becoming super aware. They're awakening almost. It's like waking the sleeping giant of, what have I been doing? Wow, I really am not as fulfilled or passionate about what I'm doing than I could be. I'm really not connecting with my family like I could be. I'm really not doing the things that I want and care about like I should be. I know, in the last week or so, death has come up for some close friends. They've lost loved ones, probably not even due to COVID, but I believe death has a place to bring us back to what really matters. And I believe, it's not like, like how you're saying, Denise, in Detroit and in New York, there are places, again, we all have a role to fulfill, but also to share and to give and to learn. Totally different from the rest of the world. The people that are in the thick of these areas that are at high impact, I mean, my heart goes out to them and my prayers go out to them. But I believe that your challenges and your obstacles and the things that are just so painful and traumatic are your biggest gift if you can see through it. If you can take that and see that, again, I believe in God. I believe in, life beyond death. I don't believe that, we're all human spirit. I know we say we're just humans, but we have a spirit inside of us. We just have a physical body. And we are meant to share our experience and heal ourselves, so that we can heal the world as well, you know? And I believe, people like Hadiatu, her story is so impactful and so powerful. It gives me like chills. This woman just has so much fierce and fire and fight. And I believe that's what the world needs, is someone that's able to put themselves in the middle of this like fire breathing dragon and show everyone the way that we can get through this, we can get out of this, and we can actually be better, we can actually be stronger, we can be mentally more prepared and emotionally, connected with ourselves, and physically healthier and spiritually more aligned than ever. And so a lot of this is going to break a lot of people, because we all don't come from the same walk of life. We all don't have the same upbringing, the same journey. Every single person on this earth has had a completely different story. And so it's all about, how do we use our story? How do we use what we're going through right now? And again, offer a piece of healing or advice to the next neighbor. I believe all of us have a really powerful story. So thank you for sharing all of that. And I do believe that, the one word that I heard you say was finding the issues within you. I'll stop you there. They're not issues. It's just something that needs to be attended to. What you're going through right now is not an issue. It's just something that you're being called to heal, and you're being called to, again, awaken that part and to go into your next level and to be, authentically you, and share this with other women and with other, the world. So yeah, I'm super excited that we're connected in the same, energy love bubble that, Hadiatu has created, and then, World Ventures has created, and then Dream Trips has created, and like, we're plugged into so many amazing platforms. Literally, we are the plug. We're the plug within the plug within the plug. We have like extension cords all over, just trying to figure out what do we need. So that's awesome. A lot of great stuff on that. Thanks for sharing, Denise. That was amazing.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah. Anyone else want to share anything? I know we're about to wrap. It's literally, oh, wow, that's weird. Exactly on the dot, it's 12. At least don't run this sentence a full hour. So let me know. If not, these calls are always so awesome. You never know what you're going to talk about and where we'll end to. But let me know. Anyone want to share something before we head off in the day and, get, today for me, I'll kind of just share before I pass it off to you guys. Today I'm being called on a totally new mission that I'm not normally used to. I'm actually going to help a dear friend of mine connect with, for those of you who probably don't know, I actually have like psychic abilities. I can connect to other realms. And so I'm actually going to help a friend in need through this grieving process of losing her fiance. And in this, it's just a powerful, traumatic experience, a very unexpected. So I'm being called to, again, just heal. I believe we're all healers on this call in some way. And we all have to start with ourselves and then go off and heal everyone in your own talent, in your own skills, your own abilities, your own strengths, and fill those little weakness pockets for everyone else, because we're all, again, I don't have it all figured out. So that's why I go to awesome influencers like yourselves when I need that pick me up. But if you guys can all send me some strength and energy today, because I normally don't help people connect with past loved ones, especially when it just happened. I do it on occasion, but that's not usually the realm that I like to go into, because that takes a lot of energy. But I feel like I want to do this for this individual, and again, I'm being called to another mission called to a next level, and I'm really excited. And take her through this healing process. And yeah, if I can just have you guys send me all the energy and love, because I don't even know, without my honey, I don't know what I would do, but I do know that there is life beyond death. I do believe that we all have, I don't really believe we have just one life. I know that's a saying out there, only one life. I believe we're here as humans, but we have a spirit, and that spirit is never going to die. And so we all can impact so many people from a distance, from afar, even mentally, emotionally, sending waves of healing vibration to someone from across the world. It's extremely healing. So yeah, thank you so much. I definitely need as much as I can to heal my friend, and to again just help her with some closure, help her in this tough time. I can't even imagine. So thank you all. That's from me. Pass it on to you guys. Let me know if you guys want to say any last words. I think this is an amazing.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Monica, for
Yeah, thank
initiating this call. Yeah, that's amazing. You remind us to be positive, to be helpful, everything. If we want to go anywhere, anytime we can go. Just imagine with our mind. That's very powerful. Thank you to remind us like that. And then this is something, a connection that we looking for. Yeah, we've been a while staying at home, right? And we missing our friends. I miss you also, Nick.
Miss you too, brother. Miss you too.
Yeah, stay there. I will visit you there.
Come over.
Okay. All right. Okay. See you next time. Thank you, everyone.
Take care.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you.
Thank
you,
you,
Dennis. Thank you,
Monica,
Ben. Nice to meet
Thank
you also,
you.
Ben.
My beautiful
Thank you,
wife,
everyone.
hosting today's call. You did amazing, babe.
Hello, Nia.
Bye, bye.
Hey. Okay. See ya.
We'll be doing the next virtual coffee call. There you go. 10 a.m.
Okay.
Central.
Cool. If
All right, guys.
if I still awake.
Rock and roll.
Sounds good.
See you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you. Have an awesome day. Let's get it. Woohoo!